I'm Sarah, and I want to give you some ideas about how to get started with tofu if it's your very first time. First of all, I want you to think in general about tofu the same way you would think about a sack of flour. Nobody ever says, go get some flour, open it up, and start eating it because it's delicious. Um, you have to make something with your flour before you want to eat it. It's the same way with tofu. You have to put some flavor in it because tofu itself has no flavor. That's kind of the beauty of it, is that it's a blank slate and we get to decide what it will taste like. So there are two different kinds of tofu. There's this kind. This is Morinu tofu, and it's also called silken tofu. This can stay on the shelf. It does not need to be in the refrigerator. It can stay on the shelf forever. The other kind looks like this. It has water in it, and it needs to be in the refrigerator. This is refrigerated tofu, and this is what we're going to work with today. When you arrive home from the store, take your whole block of tofu and put it in the freezer. It will come out looking like this. It'll be hard. When you're ready to use it, just leave it on the counter and let it thaw, and then when it's ready, you can take your knife and slit it here in the film and drain out all of the water. You can squeeze it really hard. Doing it this way, you do not need to purchase a tofu press. This will get all of the water out of it. There are two reasons that you want to put it in the freezer before you use it. First of all, so that you can get more water out of it, and also because when you put it in the freezer, the water that's in it expands as it freezes, and it causes the tofu to have all these little teeny tiny holes in it, and then that will allow the tofu to absorb more flavor, so it will be better. And it also kind of improves the texture a little bit as well. So now that we've drained our water, I'm going to go ahead and open it the rest of the way. I'm going to cut here and here. And here's my tofu. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. And this way as well. And now it's ready to use. I can either take some of these out and put them like in a bag and leave that in the freezer and just use a few little pieces when I want them, or I can go ahead and use it all now, which is what I will do today. Tofu absorbs flavor very well, which is kind of what it's for. You can put it in soups or chili or really anything wet. So if you're not making soup or chili today, you can go ahead and try it with like barbecue sauce. Here's some barbecue sauce. And put some of my squares in there. Add a little bit of water. And now I can just let it simmer and let it absorb as much flavor as possible. Also with tofu, later is even better. So if you cook it today, put it in the fridge, warm it up tomorrow, it's even better because it's had even more time to absorb those flavors. You can try this method with barbecue sauce or like teriyaki sauce, adding a little bit of like A1 or like some liquid smoke, just a little bit, can also really enhance some flavors, make it more meaty if you're interested in that. I also have for you today a dessert recipe. One of my just favorite things to eat. I eat it every night before I go to bed, and it's apple pie. It's really good. So I start with 2 apples, 1 red and 1 green, just because it's pretty. Chop them all up. Add a little bit of frozen peaches or frozen mixed fruit. I add some stevia. And some cinnamon. And either raisins or some dried berries. I like this one. Then some nuts or seeds. Some ideas would be like almonds, walnuts, or my favorite, pumpkin seeds. Then it just needs a little bit of water. Maybe about like half an inch. You can see. And now it's ready to go. Just put it on the stove, let it simmer until all the apples are nice and soft, the peaches are nice and soft. The tofu has probably taken on a little bit of the color from either cinnamon, or if you've used berries, sometimes the blueberries will cause the tofu to become kind of blue, kind of like a bluish purplish, which is kind of pretty. So just let it simmer, let all those flavors mix together all nice. Oh, I didn't add my tofu. Here's my tofu. There you go. Almost forgot. Okay, so go ahead and put that on the stove, simmer it until it's ready. At the very last minute, go ahead and add some oats on top. It'll make kind of like a crust, kind of think like a cobbler would be. Sprinkle on some oats on top, and then you can sprinkle on some seeds like either sesame or hemp seeds, and it'll be a great dessert and a good powerful meal for you later. I hope this gives you some ideas about how to get started with tofu, and I'll see you later. Thanks.